aortic valve, the ascending aorta. Yours measure, when I looked at your echo done in 2017, 3.8.
16.
Normal, 2017. That was 2016,
Yeah.
16.
Normal is
3.5, 3.0 to 3.8, upper limit of normal.
okay. So
This
she's
is
at
called
the tail end.
ascending aorta. The blood goes up this way. Then the aorta turns and goes down, give the kidneys, the kidney level, then continue to give the legs, right? That's the biggest tube in your body. Let's put the kidneys at this level. The kidney on the right, kidney on the left. This is called the descending, blood's coming this way, descending abdominal aorta. It should measure exactly 3.0 centimeter. You have a AAA, abdominal aortic aneurysm, AAA, whereby shaped like an egg. You have dilatation of the infrarenal, below the kidneys, descending abdominal aorta, abdominal aortic aneurysm, measuring 5.2 centimeter, which is really big. The magic number of an ascending aortic aneurysm is 5.5 centimeter. The magic number at which they operate in a descending abdominal or a AAA, 90% of aneurysm are infrarenal, below the level of the kidneys. The magic number is between 4.5 to 5.0 when they operate. Infrarenal abdominal aortic aneurysm are called the silent killers. People think they're having back pain when it is from the ballooning of the aorta in the belly, driving down there. Common in men who are smoker over the age of 65. I rest my case. Common in men who are smoker over the age of 65 who have been smoking for a long, long time. With hypertension, genetic disposition exists for people to have the aorta dilate. We read your CAT scan. That's what I was saying. What the heck? I thought initially they measured here 5. There's no way, because I pulled your echo. It was 3.78 centimeter. So when we look at this, the mid ascending aorta, so he's saying the ascending aorta was 5.2 centimeter, which is very dilated, against a prior measurement of 4.6 centimeter. The mid-descending aorta is 5.2 centimeter against a prior measurement of 4.6 centimeter. The suprarenal aorta is 4.3 centimeter against a prior measurement of 3.5 centimeter. The current non-contrast exam suggests enlargement of the ascending aortic and descending aortic and suprarenal abdominal aorta.
So there's 2 aortics that they're
There
finding?
are 2 dilated. He's saying you're 5.2 here, and he is saying you are 5.2 also here. So he's saying 5.2 here.
Ascending.
Yeah, ascending. It was
Ascending.
3.78
2016.
in 2016. I have the picture on my computer right now. I have
Okay.
excellent measurement on the echo. So between 2016 and now, your aorta is dilating. The aorta dilates if there is a genetic predisposition or if there is uncontrolled high blood pressure in a smoker.
But have you had controlled blood pressures though?
Her blood pressure has been very well controlled.
Yes.
If I walk you to my office in the back, you'd see the measurement of the ascending aorta, 3.78 centimeters. So what happened in 2 years for this to dilate like this? Either you have a familial predisposition for what we call aortopathy, meaning the aorta is weaker than normal, which is not good, Rashad. Or you have uncontrolled high blood pressure up the wazoo, يعني 190, 200. Is that the case? I put you on tons of medicine for the blood pressure.
Last one you gave me, it was perfect.
Perfect. And you're taking.
Yeah, I'm taking.
I think the smoking obviously contributes.
I don't want to blame everything on the smoking, but this doesn't happen unless you have a genetic predisposition. We all inherit a certain type of collagen that make our aorta. Certain people have a predisposition to develop aneurysms. And this was a CAT scan that was done on 5/25/2018. They did it for something totally different, for the pulmonary nodule. Right? For the pulmonary nodule. They compared it to 2016. There's a major increase in everything. Everywhere they look, they're comparing it. Everything's doubled in size, or bigger in size. This should be done, this CAT scan should be repeated with contrast. Contrast means مواد ملونة. To see in 100% direction the size of this aneurysm and this aneurysm. You need another echo 2 years later, right away. I want to order an echo on you. And I want you to, you also have, they described some calcification in your coronary arteries. Did you see that? No, hold on a second. Yeah. Extensive coronary artery calcification. يعني you need a stress test. Make sure ما في blockages بالarteries تبع الهارت. بالشرايين التاجية.
We did that.
Yes.
Didn't you do that within the year?
No.
On the heart. They're describing calcification in the arteries of the heart, in these arteries.
Not these. When we think carotid,
I'm
we're thinking
going to
this.
get to the carotid. This is
I
coronaries.
Okay.
Coronary, not
Okay.
carotid.
Thank you.
Coronaries,
I did
like
that.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coronary, like
Got
this.
it, got
That's the heart. The carotid, we're going to talk about it. I have it. But I'm talking about the heart here. You have coronary artery calcifications. Now, the calcifications could be like this, linear, like a lead pipe, or it could be like that. Not a good idea.
And the CT scan with contrast will show that.
No, the CT scan with contrast will only show the aortic root. It does not tell you the degree of blockages in the coronary arteries of the heart. Only a nuclear stress test tells you.
So that's how
She
we figured
needs a
that.
chemical nuclear
Of course.
stress test.
Okay.
She needs an echo to recheck, again, everything. The heart muscle, the valves, how big is the end, this, because we have it in 16, 3.79, 3.78 centimeter. I just pulled the study, actually. I was mad. I said, what? And now, 2 years later, it's up to 5. Therefore, she's increasing this either from uncontrolled hypertension, continuous smoking, or genetic predisposition. Why this is important? Once you dilate this, we worry about this valve becoming leaky, the aortic valve. The aortic valve is held on this aorta. The magic number here where they operate is 4.5 to 5. She's already at 5.2. You want to see one specific doctor, no one else. Julio Rodriguez. No one else will touch you. We're going to fix this without surgery. How do we fix it? In the past, they used to fix this. Let me finish, then you ask me questions. Here's the groin. In the past, they used to fix this by major surgery, and no one did well. No one would do well. Here's the renal arteries on the right and the renal arteries on the left. The aneurysm is here, like the shape of an egg. In the past, they used to cut here, this is in the 70s, and then put a Dacron graft, like a rubber hose, يعني مثل البيش. People were not doing well, that would end up with a repaired descending aorta, but they were having paralysis. There is a secret artery, small artery, it's called the artery of Adamschwitz, German name, that goes from the spine, from the aorta, back to the spine. The spine is behind you. And these people, when they cut here and cut here to put a graft in the past, in the 80s, they could end up with no blood supply to the spinal cord and end up not walking.
Aye.
So now no one does this anymore. The way we repair this is called endovascular aortic repair, also known as ELG. بفوتوا من هون من دون surgery، بحطوا a big stent هون بعلقوه connected with an accordion made of Dacron graft linked here again. This is called endo, meaning within the artery, luminal, within the lumen of the aorta, graft, ELG. And the patient goes home next day because you just made a new corridor for the descending, for the AAA, abdominal aortic aneurysm.
So do they
I
go?
am worried about this because it had reached guidelines, criteria. The one in the ascending aorta that is here did not reach yet criteria. We can sit on it because this will be open surgery. Before we do anything, this
We
is
gotta
what
do
should
this.
be done. A, you need an echo right away. You need a nuclear stress test to make sure the arteries of the heart are good to take this. You need to see Julio Rodriguez. He's the guy who has invented this at the Arizona Heart Institute and teach the whole world, the Polish, the French, the British, the Germans, how to fix this. He's the man, he's the guru, he's the hands who should fix this, no one else. This is called ELG, or endoluminal grafting, also known as endovascular, within the vasculature, endovascular aortic repair, EVAR. She needs this.
So
God works in mysterious ways. يعني God ربنا كشف هالشي for her to check her lung nodules. And they did this because of a nodule in her lungs. لأنه she's a smoker. The nodule is okay, ما في problem. The problem is this, the silent killer that no one knows about.
So you found it. What he's trying
By
to say is
mistake.
this is the one that people could be walking down the street,
Yes.
it releases and then they drop.
It ruptured and
So Allah
kills
was
people.
like, so I understand your protocol right now is to do an echo, do nuclear,
So this
Dr.
is what-
Rodriguez, but should we do the EVAR first?
Yeah.
Like before the echo and nuclear?
This is what's going to happen. Before you walk to Julio Rodriguez, you need to take with you the CTA. This
Okay.
is the CT. You're going to add to it A. CTA, look, without contrast. She needs CT
Okay.
with contrast. CT angiogram. That's the المواد الملونة that will show in exquisite detail the location of this and the location of the ascending aorta and their sizes again. Are you allergic to iodine? هل عندك allergy لليود للأيودين؟ Shellfish, shrimp.
Shellfish, yes.
Yeah, but how about
Shem, it's a long time ago, but now I'm okay.
I did an angiogram on you many years ago.
Yes.
And you had no problem, no
No.
allergy when I gave you that colored material.
Right, yes.
يعني you're not allergic to iodine.
No.
So one of the initial workup when we see this is to get a CT
With contrast.
to define the size of the aorta and to define how big the aneurysm is.
Okay.
The magic number at which they operate
It's
in the
5.0.
ascending aorta is between 5 to 5.5. The magic number at which they operate in the descending abdominal aorta, descending, is 4.5 to 5. She's at 5.2, so I'm not happy with that. That's why I said I want to talk to you. I need to talk to you.
Okay, well, we will get her in.
Question,
That's
do you have chest pain? Do you feel pain in your belly?
No.
Do you feel any pounding ball, boom, boom, boom,
No.
boom, in your belly?
No.
No low back pain? You
No
ignore?
low back pain. I feel so good. No.
Allah بيحبها, we know that, but
Yeah.
نشكر الله لقينا
Let's do this.
هلا we have to
Let's
deal
take
with
care of
this.
this.
Yeah.
I definitely want to check this right away.
So, doctor, I just want to get, once again, I'm going to schedule a CT scan with contrast. Take both the CT scan with and without contrast to Dr. Rodriguez. Dr. Rodriguez will determine the exact size of it and schedule her for the EVAR.
So I'm reading this here again. It shows that the mid-ascending aorta, the first one I drew, is up to 5.2. The mid-descending aorta is saying is also 5.2.
So
We
she
need to
meets
repeat this.
criteria.
We need to look at that again. I need to do
With
a
contrast.
full detailed, okay? So most descending aneurysm are infrarenal, below the level of the renal arteries. Hers is suprarenal, that he's saying.
A little bit above.
Above the renal artery, and it's at 5.2. So we definitely want to look at that in more exquisite detail with a CT scan with colored material in it, the contrast. We're going to get a second opinion. You're going to go to SMILE, Scottsdale Medical Imaging. They're excellent. We're going to do a CTA, complete CTA of the ascending, descending, the whole aorta. واحد. اثنين. I definitely need to make sure your blood pressure is controlled, because how do we treat this? We give you aspirin, we lower your blood pressure. There's no, that's it. Third thing, we need to do an echo recheck. Again, the echo, how the heart muscle is, how the valves are. Make sure you don't have any leaky valves. Make sure the muscle is still very good, no damage. And again, remeasure the size of the ascending aorta. Yeah, it's not adding up in my mind to be 3.9 in 16 and now 5.2. So it's not adding up in my mind. Third, Rodriguez fixed the descending aorta. Riley, who is an open heart surgeon, fixed the ascending aorta. I'm telling you who does the best in everyone. We don't know what we're going to do till we have the repeat CTA. In the interim, I'm going to get her to do a nuclear chemical stress test ASAP and an echo ASAP. 3 orders. Echo, nuclear stress test without walking you on a treadmill. I don't want you to have to lift anything heavy. No heavy lifting. No heavy lifting. And number 3, I want to do the CTA right away.
Okay.
An aneurysm look like this. This is how it is. Moida of the aorta.
Besides.
So, okay, here's what we're telling you.
Okay.
Don't get yourself high blood pressure. Hella. You were brought here for a reason. Like you said, this originally was for your lungs. We found it because we're supposed to do intervention and fix it.
Yes.
So, at this point, will I be
Fixable.
receiving the
All
referral stat so we can expedite
right now, you're
it?
going to go right away get, tomorrow, go get a CT of the aorta.
Aorta,
Based
yes.
on that, we will have exquisite
CTA.
information of the descending aneurysm and the ascending aneurysm. Number 2, we're going to get an echo as soon as possible. And number 3, we're going to put her for stress test next week or whatever I can get her in right away. The stress test and echo will be done here. The CTA with the contrast will be done at SMILE. Give me 1 minute.
And they know to send it to you, doctor, or do we need to put your name on the paperwork at SMILE?
I will order everything.
Okay, thank you.
Can I have an order for
It's so good. Thank you, God, for everything. You're so beautiful, God. I love you.
He loves you. I mean, you came in for a pulmonary checkup, and look at, he said it's repairable. You heard that word.
I know.
So it's repairable, and honestly, I'm a firm believer that God takes you places because it's not intended. So that's why this was done for your lungs. And this Dr. Rodriguez is at the Arizona Heart, a very good hospital. Rodriguez. Alia's going to be a Rodriguez. اسم عالية هاي Rodriguez. شفتي كيف كل شيء works out?
That's a good sign.